Hi everyone, so I just thought I'd do another quick update, let you know what happened this weekend. So pretty much what happened was that I got, I actually talked to this lady at the La Fundación por Integración, and she got me on a list for the spay and neuter clinic, which happens once a month here. So I got to go down there and it was so cool. Saturday was the orientation, so they were still just setting things up. But on Sunday was when the actual clinic was. And pretty much what it is because there's so many stray cats and dogs here, anybody who can catch a stray animal can bring it down to the clinic. And it's just this huge gymnasium. And they set it up so everybody walks in. They can also bring in their pets and, their own cats and dogs that are their pets as well. So it's pretty cool. But anyhow, you walk into the gymnasium and you get like a little tag for your animal. And then the animal gets brought over to the weigh station, which was just before my station. And there was a vet and an assistant there that would weigh the animals, the cats, dogs, puppies, kittens, everything. So they would weigh the animal and then write down the weight, and then the vet would administer the anesthesia. So then the animal would go down to this kind of like a puppy pad. It was just like all these little blankets and stuff, and they would hang out there until they fall asleep. And meanwhile, I would get the weight from the vet and pretty much pull the vaccines the antibiotics and the painkillers for the animals, depending on their weight. So it was so much fun. I just got to learn how to, reference the charts and write everything down. I got a really good system going, and just learn how to pull like the antibiotic, it was just like a clear liquid, and then the painkiller was kind of like a dense milk texture, so it was a little bit harder to pull that into a syringe, but it was still really cool. So I got to do that for about 8.5 hours all day yesterday. And it was just so much fun. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get to administer any of them. I could have if I wanted to, but because I had such a good system down and I just kept the flow going, they didn't really want me off that table. So that was my station, so it was really fun. And then right beside me, once the animals were asleep and they already had their medications, right beside me was the shaving and the tattoo station. So they would shave all the animals there and tattoo their ear to make sure that everybody knows this animal is gonna get spayed or neutered. And then from there they got taken to one of the 6 vet stations where there was 6 vets that came down from Costa Rica to do this, and they come here once a month and just go through a bunch of cats and dogs. It doesn't matter what age or what the issue is, and they do all the spaying and neutering, and they also remove any kind of tumors that there might be, anything like that. So once the animal goes through that, then they're taken over to an IV station where they're just given sugar and water just to get them going again, and then taken to like a recovery station. So that's either a table if it's a small cat or dog, and then there was a bunch of blankets that were put out, probably about maybe 20-30 volunteers just at the blanket stations, and then 4 volunteers per table, which was maybe about 6 tables set up for that. And there was a heat pad station where you could take all the kittens and puppies because they needed extra heat. So anyways, the recovery station was just where volunteers like vigorously like shook the dogs and cats, and they're like, trying to get the respiration going. So it was really cool just to be a part of that and be able to you know, I took like a 5-10 minute break and walked over to the vets and chatted with them and watched them do the operations and stuff like that. So it was very, very cool. It was very organized. Probably about 40-50 volunteers, all of them in this huge gymnasium and stuff like that. And oh my gosh, it was such an awesome experience. And I mean, I have to admit, I've been questioning, you know, am I going to be able to go through an entire day of work as a doctor or a surgeon and not get tired, or, you know, things like that? Because you hear about doctors pulling, you know, 12, 15, 20-hour days without a break. And yesterday was pretty much the first time that I just kept going, and the only reason I even took a break was because I knew I haven't actually eaten in 6 or 7 hours, and that I may become weak pretty soon. But it's not like I felt hungry. I felt like I could just keep going on and on. So anyways, it was really, really fun. Other than that, that's like my biggest news. Another thing that I've done lately was that I actually opened up a WordPress account for the recycling center here in Boquete, and I got all of their information from their old website, which unfortunately they no longer have access to, so they can't edit any of it. So I wanted to set them up with an easy enough website that they can go ahead and change without having anybody else around. And it just so happened that WordPress, of course, provides free blogs, free websites, and on top of that, they do have a Spanish interface, and it's easy enough for them to work with. So I set all of it up. Today we went to a meeting over there and I got to unveil the website. So it was really cool. They were very impressed with it, even though, I mean, as much as I did put in maybe 5 or 6 hours getting all the information over and formatting and getting all the images and all that stuff, they were very impressed with it, and I'm very happy with it. Yeah, and other than that, just volunteering at the health center. It's actually interesting because I've been working on, like, throughout my volunteering, whenever there would be any gauzes or cotton balls or depressors that needed to get prepared for sterilization, I would go ahead and do that for them. Now, I always made sure that I was ahead of the inventory, and late last week, I think Thursday or Friday, I walked into the storage room and there were just boxes of everything. I mean, I don't even know if they have ever had this many things in the storage room, but all of it needs to get prepared for sterilization eventually. And I don't know, maybe they just ordered boxes and boxes of it just because they know that I'm only here for another 3 or 4 weeks. But anyway, so today I got in there and I just started going at it, just preparing everything. And I mean, I didn't even make a dent in it, and I was doing that for about, I think, 5 hours or so without a break. So anyhow, it's definitely interesting, and it's going to keep me busy for the next couple of weeks for sure. But I don't know, I'm gonna throw in some more job shadowing of, you know, doctors, nurses, EMT, things like that. So I think it's gonna be good. Other than that, as far as fun things go, I went cliff jumping again. So that was really fun. I actually went with 2 other volunteers. Me and one of the volunteers jumped a bunch of times. So that was really, really fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again, and maybe even taking the higher cliff jump, but we'll see, because I don't know, that takes a lot of balls. So anyways, oh my god, the bugs. So anyways, other than that, what else did we do? We went over to the Costa Rica border last week again, and that was all sorts of fun because we were almost not allowed back into Panama. But we were able to get all our documents. Luckily, we all four of us that went down there for the little road trip, we had all of our documents and our emails. So luckily we were able to pull them off at a cyber cafe and print them and bring them to the officer there. But yeah, it was really fun. It was very adventurous and a nice little scare, because they were like, oh, we can't let you into the country without, you know, proof that you're going to exit Panama, or proof that you have $5 in your account at least. So anyhow, that was kind of fun. Other than that, there hasn't been a whole lot going on. We've had a few more volunteers in the house, which is pretty cool, because yeah, it's always nice to have different people with different interests. So for example, if you feel like going hiking somewhere, you could just ask around and at least one or two people are going to want to go with you. So it's pretty cool. This weekend we're hoping to do the La Pianista hike again, which is what I like to call the Lord of the Rings hike, just because the scenery is so nice. It is so nice, and there's so many different parts of the hike where you almost think that you're doing an entirely different hike. But anyways, it's just really fun, so I'm really looking forward to that. And other than that, it's just been a busy time and just enjoying Panama. 3 or 4 more weeks left, and I'm back in Calgary for a few days, and then I head back out to Serbia. So it's gonna be all sorts of fun, and I'm looking forward to everything, and I'm looking forward to just visiting my family in Serbia and then going home and starting school. School registration is in a couple of days, so I'm super excited for that, because I get to take, oh, what am I taking? I'm taking immunology, pharmacology, biochemistry, classical genetics, and introduction to probabilities, which the probabilities one is just my math and statistics minor. So anyways, super fun stuff, super excited. I'll keep you guys posted on anything else that happens, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao!